Welcome to Iraqi Dinar, your dedicated source for comprehensive updates on the Iraqi dinar, financial developments, and evolving currency trends. Today, we report on a groundbreaking event that is captivating the attention of investors, economists, and currency analysts across the globe. The Iraqi dinar, long surrounded by speculation and patient anticipation, is experiencing a live revaluation that is rewriting the economic narrative of the country. As of today, credible sources indicate that the dinar is being exchanged at a remarkable rate of $4.13 per US dollar. This unprecedented development is reverberating across global financial markets. Both casual currency traders and institutional investors are taking notice of a shift that was once relegated to speculative forums. The revaluation of the dinar, which has been the subject of years of discussion and debate, has now transitioned from theoretical to tangible reality. This dramatic appreciation in value is more than just a financial curiosity. It represents a profound moment of transformation for Iraq, a country whose currency has, for decades, been artificially suppressed due to prolonged geopolitical instability, legacy sanctions, and systemic economic challenges. Despite being endowed with some of the world's largest oil reserves and occupying a strategic position in the Middle East, Iraq's currency has long traded at levels that failed to reflect its true potential. Today's revaluation, now recalibrated and trading around $3.47 after initial adjustments, marks a decisive move by the Central Bank of Iraq and the Iraqi government. It is likely the result of a carefully orchestrated strategy to rebuild trust in Iraq's fiscal institutions and modernize its economic infrastructure. This change is not a random market fluctuation, but rather a deliberate strategic step toward long-term economic stability and greater participation in global financial systems. The revaluation appears to be the culmination of months, if not years, of economic reform. Iraq's leadership has made significant progress in improving financial oversight, modernizing its banking infrastructure, and diversifying its foreign reserves. These reforms were necessary prerequisites for any credible currency adjustment. Iraq has also strengthened its international relationships through diplomatic engagements and regional economic partnerships, laying the groundwork for a smoother integration into the global economy. The implications of this shift extend well beyond currency values. The dinar's revaluation reflects a national effort to raise Iraq's macroeconomic profile, transition from a post-conflict recovery phase, and embrace a model of sustainable growth. This signals to global markets that Iraq is no longer merely rebuilding. For investors, this development presents a moment of both opportunity and caution. Those who acquired Iraqi dinar years ago, when it was heavily undervalued, may now find themselves in a position to realize extraordinary gains. Early adopters could see returns previously dismissed as speculative fantasy. At the same time, new investors are evaluating whether the dinar's rise has more room to grow or whether it has reached a natural equilibrium following the revaluation. As is typical in foreign exchange markets, dramatic upward movements often bring volatility in their wake. Price corrections, speculative overreactions, and emotional trading behaviors are not uncommon during such times. Therefore, this is a moment that demands strategic thinking, diversification, and professional consultation. Making informed decisions requires assessing Iraq's future through a realistic lens, one that acknowledges both the country's progress and its continuing vulnerabilities. Internally, the benefits of a stronger dinar could be transformative. A higher exchange rate translates into greater purchasing power for Iraqi citizens. This may reduce the cost of imported goods, increase access to international products, and improve overall quality of life across income levels. It may also stimulate consumer spending, boost retail growth, and encourage entrepreneurship and small business activity. Internationally, a revalued currency enhances Iraq's appeal as a destination for foreign direct investment. Investors gain confidence in the country's fiscal governance, particularly given the revaluation follows years of structural reforms, global negotiations, and strategic economic initiatives. Iraq now enters the conversation as a serious player in emerging markets, one with a stronger monetary foundation and a clearer long-term vision. This currency adjustment also carries significant geopolitical implications. A stronger dinar changes how regional players perceive Iraq, not just as a recovering state, but as a maturing economy with increasing financial influence. It could shift regional dynamics, prompting neighboring countries and financial institutions to recalibrate their own strategies in light of Iraq's evolving role. Iraq's new position may influence everything from oil pricing negotiations to regional trade policy. As global attention turns to Iraq with renewed interest, the focus now shifts to how this transition will be managed. Predicting currency movement with precision is notoriously difficult, especially in a region still sensitive to geopolitical tensions, oil market fluctuations, and domestic reforms. Whether the dinar continues to appreciate or stabilizes at its current level depends on a wide range of factors. Chief among them, how Iraq maintains fiscal discipline, manages its oil revenues, and navigates international relations. Additionally, external forces like U.S. Federal Reserve policy, global inflationary pressures, and tensions with neighboring countries could all influence the dinar's trajectory. Therefore, investors must take a holistic, long-term view, considering not only macroeconomic data, but also real-time political and economic developments. In this evolving environment, platforms like Iraqi Dinar Info play a crucial role. With misinformation rampant and speculation running high, access to verified facts, expert commentary, and in-depth analysis becomes essential. We are committed to helping our audience navigate this financial evolution with clarity and confidence. The Iraqi dinar's revaluation to as high as $4.13 marks a turning point in the nation's economic journey. It is the result of years of policy reform, careful economic planning, and a clear intent to reassert Iraq's place in the global financial system. It is not merely a currency adjustment, it is a statement of ambition and direction. Iraq is not only recovering from its past, it is positioning itself to lead in a new economic era defined by integration, reform, and resilience. For all stakeholders, from institutional investors to everyday citizens, this is a moment of significance. But it is also one that requires measured judgment. The potential gains are real, but so are the risks. Iraq still faces internal political realignments, infrastructure rebuilding challenges, and a volatile regional backdrop. Success in currency investment requires more than enthusiasm. It requires knowledge, discipline, and patience. By staying informed, practicing due diligence, and relying on credible sources, stakeholders can make intelligent decisions that reflect both the opportunities and the realities of Iraq's evolving financial landscape. The revaluation of the Iraqi dinar is a milestone, but it is also the beginning of a new chapter. Follow Iraqi Dinar Info for the latest updates and insights as Iraq moves forward in reclaiming its economic future.